Good afternoon. I'm gonna continue with the project that I have, and regarding this kind of site where I'm expressing my current interests. Okay. Yeah. So I want to get this online pretty soon. So there's this kind of GitHub hosting system. I can host it there. Like this is the kind of site that I can host it there for free. I think I might need to for hosting. I talked about it to Claude at some point, and there was this suggestion that I should. Or it would be kind of like good for maybe for the hosting version to not use R at all, so that it would be kind of like purely a JavaScript site. So that would make the opening the site in browser a bit faster. I think there's at least something like maybe 5 to 10 second delay on opening the site, and I think that might be, at least for some people, some people might not want to wait that long. People are used to like website opening instantaneously, at least to some extent, so they might think that okay, the site is not working or something like that. They might think that it's kind of like not working properly, and I don't want to wait, or they just might be just like impatient if it's just kind of like if they're kind of like on the fence of whether they're interested or not. So yeah, but I might have to like do those. Let's see, like, but what kind of like it might be. I think it's just like, I think like yeah, let's see how it goes. But maybe at this point, what I'm gonna do in this stream, I'm gonna check like some stuff, especially like on this text, like is there something that I don't want to have in the first published thing. I think GitHub is a little bit annoying in the sense that like I have the impression that whatever you put on GitHub, it's kind of like to some extent that's gonna be there forever. So if I have like, I don't know, might have like some text parts here that are not like coherent or something, or maybe I don't stand behind them or something like that. And then if I publish to GitHub, and I'm gonna like later on I'm gonna like modify those texts, it's gonna show like what has been modified, what has been removed, and it's gonna like, I gonna like understand it's very hard to get. You cannot like scrub the past. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There probably isn't anything like that. I'm super kind of like afraid in that sense, but yeah, just gonna like have a sanity check, so I don't have to like worry about that later. Yeah, okay, I can notice there's like one issue here, like this one thing that I did like off stream since the last stream is I've been sorry, let's see. Yeah, I wanted to make this look better on wide screens, on like wide browsers. Like before, there was this. If you yeah, this graph array used to be that it had like this 1-to-1 aspect ratio always, but now I made it so that I've had these I've kind of like given that up, and now if if the browser is wide enough, then it's gonna show this on like these project nodes. There can be one row text in them. So that brings us because there has been like this lack of vertical space because there's so many items in the project column that like when I had like when the each title was in 2 rows, there was this issue that yeah, it just like took too much space, or I had to make the font very small. But yeah, now with wide enough browsers, it's gonna be in 1 row, and then you can see what happens if the browser size is made smaller. Like this, it just goes until it no, okay, now it changed to this like 2-row specification. It kind of like here, like the vertical free space gets more profound compared to like the horizontal free space, and now it's kind of like taking use of that. But there's this a little bit of annoyance here that I noticed, that especially if you're like changing the browser size, you can notice this this some kind of like some of these objects kind of like stay maybe like in the old size or something like that, but then if you like move your mouse over them, it kind of like goes away, and I'm not sure if this is a big issue, and I'm also not sure if it's gonna like persist. It persists on like browser windows, but I'm not sure if it's gonna like persist when it goes to GitHub and stuff like that. So that's also like one reason that I want to host it to GitHub. I want to like see it, how it actually handles when it's online, because I'm not sure about that yet. And that's also like, yeah, it's a little bit of an annoyance, and yeah, it might be that if I make some questions, I can get that to work better. Yeah, so I'm gonna list here some changings that I want to make. I think I want to, yeah, I wanted to have here like this kind of a little bit of a shadow effect on these like nodes, so that it's different when it's clicked and when it's not clicked. But I don't think it's really working well, and so I think we're gonna drop that effect. Let's have like a them look. whiter, like like it's some kind of like whiter background or something like that. I don't really remember like how, or really maybe know like how the effect was made before, but some kind of like background effect. So yeah, that's like one thing I want to do. Also, I wasn't like, especially if when I was looking at browser, I wasn't like too happy with some of the font sizes. I think these font sizes looked a little bit small, and it looks a little bit different here in the positron view. So I cannot really like explain it maybe too well right now. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe I won't be like I'm not. I don't want to like in this stream. I don't want to go to the actual browser too many times. I don't have it like ready in my OBS. Yeah. Okay. Here I need to change this. Gonna make some notes here. So yeah, this doesn't work. Like the voting form link comes here. Okay. So I'm gonna also make some kind of a little bit like a longer time to-do list. So I don't actually have this voting form. It's just like a template link. So the idea would be to have all of these options so that you can vote them in there for kind of like me to focus on. Yeah. Okay. Yes, okay, this should be kind of like a short-term list, and so this could be maybe like stuff that I might want to do on this stream specifically, and this will be for maybe for like yeah, over a longer time, over like next days or something. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, maybe I should have the voting form ready for the first. It kind of depends. I was also asking about Claude at some point about the voting form, and it said that it can create like it can be created kind of like automatically, and so it could kind of like read what the node titles are and make some kind of like script that I need to then input to the Google form. There should be like some kind of field where you can like you use this kind of like code to make those voting options instead of having to type them all there separately. So using something like that could work here. So yeah, one thing that I've been like thinking about the voting form is make this a little bit bigger. So for the voting form, it's gonna be titles for user. Then I wonder like so I kind of like wonder if I should have because I have for each of these I have a kind of ID number. So I think that would help because it would help to have that somehow in. I wonder if it's possible to have as kind of hidden information from the voter, like this kind of like ID number of each voting option. So yeah, let's try asking like I'm gonna just gonna write it here. I'm just gonna like it because if I click enter accidentally, I don't want it to think about it too early. So yeah, that's something to think about. Okay, let's see. Not natively encode IDs in option values. Yeah, this is kind of annoying in a sense that right now I wouldn't want them to be visible because right now there's a lot of those like decimal IDs. There's like because I want to have this, the IDs are also the way to order these like from top to bottom, so it's by ID number, and always when I want to add some like new ID, new like node here, like if it's between some like two, like here, like 204 and 205, if I want to add something here, I have to like put something like 204.5, and that's kind of annoying. Like then it would show up quite yeah. Use a Google Form plus pre-filled URL. Yeah, I'm not gonna use like personalized link. You can pre-fill hidden fields. Yeah, I don't really understand this. You can pre-fill hidden fields. Use a separate lookup clean form options. So titles. Yeah. Maybe this is something in Google with VLOOKUP. Works perfectly as long as titles are unique. I guess this could work. I think it's a little bit of a hassle to create a kind of like a pipeline for this, but and I have to like create it again like every time when I have a new every time when I have like when I want to like change this, I have to create this again. Yeah, and this is also about like this wouldn't be like an issue if all of these like the titles stay the same, but I want to change at some points. I will want to change like the titles that I have here. But I could also do it like maybe the title changes won't be so often, so maybe for now I think like an option would be that like so I could like when I'm like I could just like combine like those votes together, like join those data together later. And yeah, I didn't want to go to. I don't know if I want to. Okay, I think it's good to support. Support other like platforms, but I wonder if people are. I wonder if people are hesitant to or skeptical about like other like pages than Google. But yeah, it could still be. Just like I've never heard about either of these two. Type form. Oh, okay. It's yeah, I'm not sure about like also about like do the free options in these two, do they provide like the thing I want? Yeah, I could also like have this on shiny, but then again, if I want to, yeah, I don't know, this would your already has ID to, what was this 3? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I think this means that I can also think about this later. I can think about this. Yeah, I don't have to. If I go with 3, at least I don't have to worry about this until I've gotten bolts, or maybe like even like change what I want. Yeah. I'm just gonna take this off for now. So yeah, then it's just like published to GitHub. And before I publish, so yeah, like thinking about like that if I have to do that, yeah. Okay, let's just also do some stuff here while I'm thinking about the rest. I also wonder like why was it so difficult to get this? Yeah, okay, one thing that I want to try out maybe is if like could I get like a dark or light mode going. I'm a big fan of dark modes, but it could be nice to have like a. And I was like one benefit of having the light mode is that I've been thinking about it. Could be nice to have. Could be nice if I could be able to make prints of the site, or like make like oh it's looking okay. It's still a little bit weird about. Yeah, make prints of the site, and yeah, I wouldn't want to waste ink on like dark mode, so that's gonna take a lot of ink. So it would help with that. So I was thinking like let's see, yeah, it could be just like ask like. Hmm. Hmm. Like, would I? Yeah, maybe I would have to like just have a separate color selection for that. Maybe it's okay. Um, I was also like thinking like, is there a way to, I don't know, somehow inverse the colors from dark to white, dark to light mode, but maybe it's so that it kind of like would, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's maybe it wouldn't work out. Um, okay, let's see how it looks like. There's been like some issues with especially like this published version. There's been some issues with like how it's restarting. Okay, it didn't do anything. Um, it didn't really do anything. Uh, okay, while I'm here, I'm gonna check out the um, so um, so here's the like the color selection column. So this whole column here, where they have all these options, it's only visible to me. It's not gonna be in the published versions. It's just like this kind of tool for me for making changes to the to how the site looks. So yeah, I'm thinking like, is there, should all of this be just, yeah, I should just like create um so was there anything else here that's about colors? Yeah, this is about colors. Okay, I'm wondering like, maybe with this case I could try to choose the colors so that they work in both the dark and light modes. Because it's a bit of a too much of a hassle if I need to change it to both. yeah, let's see how well it works. Okay, and I'm also gonna like comment that I don't see any effect on your changes. And then this would be like kind of like the next command. I feel like previously I've had like this intuition that, and I haven't been using this Claude Code for such a long time yet, and back when I was using just like the normal desktop Claude, there was this thing that like it was more efficient and save tokens and the AE power usage if I if I did like if I had like 5 things that I wanted to change, then it would be almost 5 times more efficient to have those all of those 5 things in the same prompt compared to having 5 separate prompts. And I think that had to do a lot with like Claude always taking a lot of time to go through the whole code when going through a prompt or when like executing it. And I wonder now with Claude Code, because I think the stuff is a lot more in like more integrated in Claude's memory, because it's kind of like yeah. So is this like less of an issue now? I could maybe ask like what's the difference. But I've been just like thinking like what's how much benefit is there to having them on the same having a lot of like points in one, lot of things in one prompt. Yeah, okay, that's one thing that I want to fix. Because I also like feel that like when I watch this, that's it's outputting this like thought processes and stuff like that. It's kind of like it seems that it's very at least it looks like that it's very, I don't know, sequential instead of like parallel or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna move these up. So while it's thinking, let's see if we can find other things to change. I'm still not very like totally satisfied with these highlights, like regarding these lines that go like these connecting lines. I know how it's so that like for the clicked ones, it shows the connections on white, and I also wanted to show like this is what I'm asking it to do now, is to show this kind of like clicked thing on white as well. Okay, I could also, and then like for these hover over nodes, it's showing the connections on as tick lines, like it's a 3 times thicker line. So that way you can basically look at both the clicked and hover at same time. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm like happy with how it's working. So it's yeah, one thing that I want to do for that is so here like it's there's always this little bit of white effect on nodes, whether they're clicked or hovered over. So I would want to maybe like have that effect only on the clicked, so the click would be more more connected to the white, and then like the hover would be connected to the kind of like thickness of the color. Although I'm not like totally sure if that's like the right way around to do it, or should it be just the other way around. I could also add here like some kind of white outline for this, because this kind of like signifies that it's been clicked. And yeah, one thing that I also have been thinking about is that in addition to kind of like highlighting these, if you're hovering or clicking a node, these connection lines, the kind of like connected nodes are highlighted, but I've also been wondering like, should I just highlight the other nodes in general as well, so like these 4, because maybe it's not so clear, like these connections. Or maybe it is clear enough. But I just want it to be kind of like easy to make the connection, that you can like notice, okay, what what do I want to click if I want to read like more about like this European Union topic, so that they know to click that they can click these for. Maybe it could be like if it was like a white outline, but it could be it could be a little bit of milder effect or something like that. Yeah, okay, Cloud seems to be doing a lot of stuff, but I can like understand. I think it's a lot of this dark mode, light mode switch. I think it takes a lot of things have to be changed probably. Yeah, maybe the white could be a little bit. I could have kind of like have the same. I could just have like the same thickness as I have for these. It doesn't really matter if the original color under there doesn't show too clearly. Yeah, okay, yeah, one thing that I want to change is these so let's take a look at that. It's these headers. Like how would I describe this? I think it's okay. Here also like projects I want to work on. I think I had some pretty good. Oh, it's not showing up. Why isn't it showing up my Finnish? Like, why does it show up here? Like the Finnish versions that I have already. It's kind of annoying. It's a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just want to make this more simpler. Like here, it also helps that they wouldn't be so long. So here, like projects I want to work on. Yeah, I want to focus on projects I want to work on. Yeah, something like that. Let's see what that means. Can you save the JSON? Yeah, I think I'm not sure if these errors are. Maybe it's just like that they're conflicting with what's showing on currently. Okay. Okay, let's see what this looks like now. I'm gonna load this one. So here's the dark and light toggle. Yeah, it seems to do stuff. And it looks to be, for now it looks to be using the same colors that I have. So let's see here. Oh, so it's not you having these, it's only having like yeah, it didn't reproduce the so reproduce all the all the okay. Uh, okay, let's go also back to, let's see how the, yeah, the whiteness thing doesn't really work out. I'm also like wondering like how much, yeah, I'm just gonna do this first. Like how much is Claude kind of like losing how much worse is Claude performing when it gets these multiple different when it's getting these multiple different requests at the same time. Yeah, okay, let's look at this one. So you have to ask it to, okay, I'm gonna I cannot even click this. Just a minute. Oops. Yeah, I cannot change this I think this is like this link to this floating form. It's somehow like it's hard coded somewhere. It's not here. So yeah. I'm just gonna put something here. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check the Finnish versions later. Okay, one thing like long term thing is yeah, I've been a little bit indecisive on how to do the mobile version. Do we have ready? Right now we did some kind of like at some point we did some kind of like mobile thing at some point that had like this column like pop up from below, and also like this section was changed to some kind of like mobile friendly version, but yeah, it gets kind of like tricky. Like that kind of like meant that I had to think about like two different layouts, or kind of like had to make tweaks to the mobile version. It would be so clean if I could use this. I think I could be okay with like this popping up from below or something like that. But it would be so nice if I could use this just as it is. So I'm just like thinking like if I pull this down here, like would the text be like too unreadable or not? I think it could be fine. Like I would want the fonts to be so big that you can okay. Okay, this is more what it will look like. And like would this be from your phone, would it be readable? I would want it to be. Okay, let's see what we got now here. So we go to light mode and light color choice, and we're gonna randomize. Doesn't do anything. We have these options here. Is it changing the? Okay, let's see this. This doesn't do anything either. Oh, it's gonna be weird. Like, oh yeah, of course. We have to have it like this. No. Okay, if we go here, then here this should work. Yeah, this works. Okay, this now it kind of like reverts back to what it. Okay, wait a minute. It's it seems to be like you can see from the top there, like they seem to be affected, but these in the tabs they don't seem to be affected. And yeah, it's changing these colors here, but also the background color is not changing, and it's kind of like also here it's showing the old or kind of like the dark more background colors. I wonder what's with that. And I haven't locked any of these, so yeah, I'm gonna like take another look on how what's the issue here. So we go to light mode, light color. Now you can see there's like white here, white here. If you click randomize, now it's not even working again. If I go here, oh, yeah, it's not working. Yeah, it's even worse than I thought it was. So I was like just clicking like the okay. So yeah, I was talking about something. Yeah, I don't really remember anymore. I've noticed that with Claude that like even if sorry like even if there's some like pretty, I don't know, it doesn't manage to do something right away. I don't know if there's ever been like case where it hasn't succeeded like in the end. But sometimes it takes quite a bit of like different prompts to do it. Okay, showing Claude your current file selection. Yeah, I'm not. I don't really want to show Claude these files, or like if I have them outside the project, it's not. Maybe it's not an issue, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see. That was quite fast from Claude, like this time, this prompt. Okay. Okay, it seems to work. So now let's see if save colors as default and save JSON. So let's see if it remembers them. That was some quite a like a big issue with the or a long-standing issue with the dark colors that it didn't remember them. But yeah, here it seems to remember the colors. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, some of this stuff is still in white. It's kind of weird. Like it's like also, like 2 out of these 4 kind of like accordions are in white. What did I call these? Yeah, I'm gonna add this one as well for the next prompt, because this should be quite simpler. Right. Oh yeah, the white color is there's the white color, but it doesn't really show up. For light mode. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, otherwise it seems fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, that should be okay for now. Yeah, what's one thing that little annoying about this Claude Code is that I'm a little bit like, because now that I'm changing all this stuff, it's yeah, maybe it depends on what, like, if I'm like, while it's thinking about its answer, if I like do something here, I make some changes and I save them, then I'm gonna like thinking like, because it's kind of like editing the files while I'm also editing them, can there be some kind of conflicts? And yeah, I don't think there's ever been like a case, but I've been a little bit careful about like doing that kind of saving. But yeah, maybe a little bit too careful about that thing. Okay, if we have this, we could play around a little bit. Like if we have yeah, well, these selections actually, if I change these, like these default settings here on how to randomize, they will be saved to this author app file that Claude is editing all the time. So I'm gonna like, yeah, I'm gonna like worried that can there be some, yeah, but let's play around a little bit. Yeah, the sidebar color, I don't want it to be so colorful. I don't want this kind of pink. Also, am I getting, I don't know, yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this color a lot less bright, and yeah, I think it just goes closer to, and we can keep it a little bit darker, I think, than the background color, but it's gonna be pretty, I think both of these are gonna be like pretty like colorless. It's not really helping. So do I need to make this brighter? So the background is still like both of these. I think both of these can be like too colorful. Is this making any effect at all? Let's have a test, like, so we're gonna have like only red background colors. Yeah, I think it's working. Just that I have to be more aggressive with this stuff. If we put everything to almost 0, it's still producing quite like colorful. Just like wondering, are these working? Yeah, maybe it's... Does it have to be like super gray? Okay, let's save these settings, and I'm just gonna save the JSON just to be... I'm not really sure if that's necessary or not. I didn't actually... Yeah, I didn't save, so let's see. Yeah, it hasn't remembered those. Oh. So yeah, let's see. I'm gonna see first like how these highlights look. So just click here. Yeah, this is like there's like some transparency there. I don't want to. So something like that. It's not very... It seems that also that this... Yeah, okay, I think it's fine, yeah. Yeah, let's try the poll thing, like in both. Yeah, let's do something like that. Yeah, I also feel that this should be like a... This should be like a stronger... So I'm not like sure what's happening here. So it's kind of like... Yeah, it's just kind of like adding this... Still like adding this like inset onset effect, even though I told it to... Yeah, here it's kind of like it's adding the white background to go with these. No, the white background is only for... Uh, it's only for hovering actually, so it's kind of like the opposite of what it should do. Um, okay. Yeah, there's for some reason it doesn't remember those settings. So I'm gonna try. Just gonna change this a little bit and see. I don't think I need to save JSON here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back. I don't want to. I don't want to run this now because I'm just worried about how it might affect. But I'm gonna go check later if this is 30. So then I know what should happen. And yeah, I'm gonna change here to. So this should be now 19 and save. And I'm gonna see later. Yeah, I don't want to play with this too much now if it doesn't work. Okay, let's see. Let's see how the highlighting works. Yeah, here it works. The bolding works well. The white could be bigger. So yeah, this is something that's also been bugging me for a while. Description. Okay. Oh yeah, let's see if these were remembered. Yeah, this I changed to 30 and it has remembered that. But it hasn't remembered this one. So 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 yeah, anything else? Yeah, I want to make the. I would maybe want to make these box outlines a little bit bigger. I don't know. Yeah, it could be nice if, like, would it be nice if they were the same width as the, if they were the same width as these, lines. Just maybe like, maybe I'm thinking this a bit too much. Yeah, whatever, let's. Yeah, I think I have to wait for this HSV's setting bug to resolve before I continue with that. So anything else? Oh yeah, let's see about supposed to check this out. So if this is clicked, yeah, now the black is pretty black and it's quite clear on this dark background where it's going. Yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I think this is a pretty clear effect. I think it looks more clear on this light mode than it does on the dark mode, like where the where everything is going. Yeah, I'm just gonna yeah, okay, I'm not gonna look at the, yeah, these are fixed now. It could be cool if there was like some very like thin white space to the left of this column here. So it, I don't know, yeah. Okay, let's see again. Yeah, now we have the globe here. Again, it's like again, it's like transparent. I don't really know why it's like it's always pushing with this transparency stuff, but maybe in this case it could work better. I'm not sure, because there can be like quite a lot of overlap with stuff. Still this like insetting. Yeah. Yeah, the white could be a bit wider. I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, let's look at if this one is working now. So if we change something here, we go to 20. And now we... Oh, I think we have to press here. We restart the app. Go here. Okay, it's 20. Yeah, it was 19, now it's 20, so it should be working now. So what we were doing, we were putting just like everything to almost 0. And it was still producing like quite a lot of color. And yeah, we're gonna go pretty bright with the background and not quite so bright with the sidebar, but still pretty bright. Yeah, this looks pretty correct. So I think we can go a little bit darker with the sidebar. We can go a little bit darker with both of these, I think. Like that. So, so let's look at the colors. I think so these are pretty restricted. I don't think I want to set any color restrictions on any of these. It's just gonna be that I'm just gonna control it by this minimum hue distance. I think 40 is pretty good there. Yeah, it could be a bit bigger. I don't know, it could be like 60. Because yeah, we're just gonna have so these should be small because I want like uniform, like the hue is gonna be the defining thing, and otherwise I want it to be pretty uniform between these. Yeah, okay, and these now control. I'm just gonna set these pretty wide for now for like scoping out. I'm gonna save these now. So so I want it pretty dark. Some of these, yeah, there's like a good, there's some kind of middle ground to be had here. I think with that we do. I think we need to increase the colorfulness and see how that goes. And I think I could narrow down a little bit of this. We don't want this like this bright. Maybe you could call this brightness. And I also think I want this min hue distance to be bigger so that there's less possible overlap. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I might want to make this a little bit bigger so that it can like it resembles better like how it's gonna look. I'm also wondering here, like, should we go like a little bit opposite here with the background? So should the background be? Should I have these ones actually? Let's see. So other way around. So this would be like this. Because the color is easier, or like the text is easier to read from this lighter background. So this like okay, you can see here that this yeah, I think it's just the same issue that it's not like there's like some transparency. But yeah, I don't really like the, especially like here. I don't think it really fits. And also like this kind of like there's a little bit this like inset thing. It's yeah, I don't really like how the highlight is looking. I should just like it should be, it should kind of like be the same like all over. I don't know what I'm saying, but otherwise this light mode, I think it looks pretty cool. I'm gonna keep this. I'm just like trying to simulate how it could like look, because it's gonna be like, it's still gonna be a lot wider. I'm gonna like thinking like, you know, we have like 16 to 9 monitors usually, but a lot of the top and bottom of those monitors is used by the taskbar or then the browser stuff on the top of the browser, you know. So it kind of like has to be pretty I think like 2:1 ratio or something like that is pretty close. So it would be like yeah, like in terms of aspect ratio. So this is still pretty narrow. Yeah, these colors could be pretty cool, at least for now. So I'm gonna save these settings and save light colors as default. I'm gonna also save this palette. Just want to make sure, and I'm gonna save the JSON as well, just to be sure. And then I'm gonna see if it still remembers them, and it doesn't. Okay, yeah, it's okay. If I'm switching, it seems that it kind of like it needs some kind of like waking up to notice that those column titles are changed. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, this is a little bit annoying thing that like if this is too small, then these yeah, just like have these on the like separate row. Under the let's see if you can fetch some kind of like GitHub logo. Okay. It would be so cool to have like have these flags instead of those. Okay, anything else? Yeah, maybe about this. Maybe I should just Yeah, hover highlight should make the inner okay, let's do these. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying that these it doesn't really. It's the same thing with this one that it requires some kind of it requires some kind of like tracking the graph area for these colors to change. Yeah, I think I should complain about that. Okay, is it ready? No. Okay. Also, it doesn't have. I thought I had some. Yeah, if you look at here, I have the Finnish text for these, but it seems to be just reading the English ones. I wonder if it's because of the. No, it's not because of the dark mode thing either. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we have the flag emoji. No. It's too difficult. And we have the GitHub icon there. What? Unicode regional indicator flags? No. Okay, yeah, this looks better. Yeah, this white is a little bit. I should just have this line like less thick, so I think that's gonna like remove this issue. I don't know, it doesn't. It still has this kind of like this shadow effect is still there. And it's kind of like now it's going over the. Well, this is actually this shouldn't be in two lines, but it's kind of like going over the. If that happens, it's going over there. Okay, I think I'm gonna need to eat now, so I'm gonna end the stream now. I think we did some good progress. Especially with the light mode stuff. I think it's nearly done. Yeah.